Hey, good evening, guys. I want to say welcome. Thank you for showing up, being here, being who you are, and wanting to make a change in your life. Really, I appreciate you, and I understand that. I know how hard it can be, but I want to start with a prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptations, but deliver us from evil. Thy is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever, and ever, and ever. Amen. 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 I had to jump on here and say something. Something I noticed. Okay, there's this lady that sits across the street from where I stay at, and she sells these newspapers. Right? She's homeless, or she has a home, but she's unable to work, so she sits out front selling these newspapers. And every so often I buy her soda or something like that, and stop and talk to her. And she's in addiction, right? And her leg's all messed up. And I asked her yesterday, I said, what do you think? Why do you think your leg's all messed up? Where do you think it came from? She says, my addiction. And I was really like, whoa, she understands. A lot of addicts won't admit that their addiction is where it took them, And I see the change that she wants to get back to where she was. She's like in her 50s and she's unable to work. And she used to work a lot, She wants to get back there, but her physicality, she's limited, right? So I asked her yesterday, I said, can you do me a favor? And she said, yeah. I said, would you let me pray for you? And this is the second person I ever put my hands on, because I usually don't share my energy. I usually don't do that, right? I've been like that for a long while now, but God told me to, and I prayed for her, prayed for her health, and, for her to get the ability to get up and work again. And I just really went deep into, I went warrior status, right? And I saw her tonight, and what she didn't notice, what she doesn't notice about herself, is that I saw a little smile, like her spirit was smiling a little bit, like it was getting a little, it was lightening, And I sat across the street and I looked at her and I said, you know what? She didn't hear me. I said, you know what? If she just started believing, that she's getting better, the healing would just latch on and get her back up on her feet, And it, what crossed my mind was that, Jesus, when he healed, people had to have the belief right here, and then the knowing in the heart. So if she just has the knowing that she has the ability to be healed, she doesn't know it. It's laying dormant in her right now. That energy is laying dormant, and it's waiting for her to know that God's hand was upon her yesterday, working through me, And I said, if she just knew, she just started believing and just knew, and it became the heart, knowing, she would heal. I can't tell her that. I'm not gonna. She has to learn that on her own. She has to. That's where the knowing comes in. The belief, then the knowing clicks in here. How we go like this. When you pray and stuff. Think about that. The heart or the mind, the heart. Just think about that, and they all come together. There's different ways to look at the cross, but it's just the heart or the mind, then the heart. Yeah, anyways, I just saw that. It's like I see the lightness around her now, and just waiting for her to, because she sits down on this little walker thing, and she sells her papers. And I said, if she just knew, if she just believed, and then she just knew, she would start to heal. It would just, that's what it took for Jesus' healing to work. They had to believe and know. The know, having the faith, the knowing in your heart, that's real faith. The knowing in your heart, that's where the healing starts coming, right? And it'll dawn on her. It will. The Spirit's around her right now, and she'll get up and she'll be like, man, I'm feeling better today. Oh, this happened last week. God's with me, like it'll be just like this, and then she'll get going. She just, so it's beautiful to see that, I saw a little smile in her spirit today when I walked by her, and I said, it's working in her right now. I sat back across the street, I looked at her, I was like, it's working. it's working. She just needs to know. She's at that point where her mind, her mind is limiting her right now. It's like, my leg's not working. It's like that. She's forgetting the heart. Like, I can heal. I can do this. It's that faith. But it'll get to her. It'll get to her. And I love that. It's circling around her right now. And it's going to whisper in her ear, just know. That's how the Spirit works. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing, guys. Because God He doesn't move me to put hands on people a lot. It's the ones that are really, really, really hurting. They're at that threshold of I want to, but I feel like I can't. So I don't get called often to do that, but I did, and I was blessed to have done that. It was a blessing to be available for the Lord. But anyways, this is for people right now that are dealing with residual spell work and stuff like that. People, you might have had a nightmare or something last night, right? You thought it was a nightmare, but what it was people were doing witchcraft. They were doing spell work. And it's like a last-ditch Hail Mary. Like, really, like I don't even want to say Hail Mary. No. It's a last-ditch effort. Let's say that, because I don't even want to put Mary in like that. No. All right. So it's a last-ditch effort to get at you. Their time's run out. It truly, truly has. Their powers have depleted. This was the last, okay, we have to concert our efforts and go, or we have to go on our way. And unfortunately, it's someone who's been close to you, or someone you looked up to and always respected, always treated kindly, and you always thought had a really good spirit, a good soul. You really thought but just know those people too can be puppeted. But I myself had a confirmation today. It wasn't hard. It was a letdown for me. So I used to go to a lot to AA meetings and stuff, right? That's where I started my healing process when I was homeless, And so this is for the people who experienced some vivid dreams last night. It was just residual spell work that people were doing to try to attack you again, because all their efforts have wasted away. And this was the last. They sent in some guns to do this. But if you got a call today from someone that you are somewhat close to, someone's opinion you respect, someone that you pick up the phone to answer because you think that they understand you and respect your healing process, you really thought really cared about you, but you weren't like, oh, this is my family. It's someone that you were really close to, like a close friend. Let's just call them close friends, right? Well, if they called you up today, just, hey, where you been, what you been up to, and then well, how's your health? And that really sealed it for me today. It really did. It was sad to see someone that I really had nothing but high regards for to have been doing that stuff. It was not cool. And, it was just, I felt in the past, I have felt it, but still sometimes that's how Satan works, man. That's how his monitoring spirits, that's how his agents of chaos work, right? They'll go in just enough to get your trust, all the while just keeping tabs on you, But if you had a call from someone today that you had a feeling about, but you just were you brushed it off, you just thought a lot of spell work was happening at that time, it could have been anybody, right? If you had weird dreams, or even the last few days, some weird dreams, some weird energies being thrown your way, some vivid dreams, ones that you can somewhat remember, but what it was is they really wanted to hurt you. For some reason, these people really have this twisted thought process that they could take your energy and heal them, or that it was just a laundry list of things that they hid down inside them, and about maybe 6 or 7 people, that you would share time with. Like for me, it was an AA meeting. I shared some deep things about myself, and You know, it was just a coven of sorts, you know? And that's sad, you know, because anyone else but me probably would have never thought of ever going back to a meeting again, would have had resentments and grudges, would have been angry, would have been all that stuff. No, I'm just let down. And that won't push me away from going back to AA meetings. It won't. You know, not everybody's bad, guys. Not everybody. But if somebody did that today, or even tomorrow, just know that's confirmation, guys. Just know it. And don't hate them. Don't hate them, because they're just being used and literally abused by otherworldly things, you know? So just understand where they stand in your life now, and those other people, you know? They might have seemed like they cared about you, but all it was just a way to keep tabs and to keep pressure and fear in your mind and self-doubt and all that stuff, right? Don't doubt yourself. Don't fear anything. No. They were calling up. He was blown away. This guy was like, well, how's your health? And I said, oh, I'm fine. Oh, I'm fine. I'm getting ready to go out. And all the quick, he called me. All the quickness, he had to go because he had a phone call. You know, just like that, after he found out I wasn't sick or hurt. You know, and that's sad, man. I really had high hopes for the man. I had high regards for him. And some of those people I went to A meetings with, you know. But I'm not going to let it ruin anything. I just know where I stand with other people. And I want that for you too. Don't hate people. Dislike what they stand for. Dislike what caused them. Look at the root of the problem. Look at the root of all it is. People were out for power. We're out for a number of things. But know that you found out another frenemy, another enemy, when you treated them with nothing but love and respect and kindness, in high regards. Just know that you went in this situation with a good heart, a loving heart, and that kept you safe. That kept you from harm. Really think about that. When you go into a situation with love and kindness, they can't throw harm your way. They can't. It won't stick. It just won't stick. You know what I mean? And you've played, since you've been loving and kind the entire time, it's like, you know how I have a long con? You know how people do the long con and whatnot? You did the ultimate gauntlet of love that you can have for people. And that kept you safe. That kept you in Christ. That kept you alignment with God's purpose for you. And just feel blessed that you found out another frenemy. You found out another hidden enemy. Just know that. Just feel blessed that you found out. You know, and it's sad that they spent so much time wanting to put you down instead of just really understanding that you need to be where you need to be in life, and that they were just holding you back for one reason or another, you know? Nobody should ever hold back another person from their ascension, from their growth, for any hidden motive. Nobody should ever do that. But, you know, you have morals, you have values, and you have cared. Just know that don't get angry. Don't get upset. Don't cry. Cry if you need to get out. You need to get out that last bit of that poison. You know what I mean? Do that. It's healing. Crying is healing. But just know you don't have to cry over people like that. You don't have to. You don't have to. It's not a requisite. It's part of a healing process, sure. But don't feel like you have to cry over the loss. Just know that you're stronger than you ever thought. So don't feel obligated to cry, guys. Don't feel obligated. You know, sometimes we're so conditioned that that's part of our natural mechanism. No, these people are not worth crying over. They're not. They're worth grieving in some sort, right? And pushing through that. If you need to do it. But what I'm saying is, a lot of those people aren't worth your tears. They're not worth you crying over. You know what I mean? They made their decision a very long time ago, and they've been trying to do this for a very long time. Just know that. I say this with a very loving heart, that not everybody's worth crying over. Not everyone's worth your tears. Know that. Not everyone. You know, you're a being of love and light, and sometimes we have to go through hard things, and we're so prone to crying, and you know, sometimes this crying brings up other wounds that you're not ready to deal with right now. That's a lot what I'm trying to say is, it might bring up other wounds that you're not ready to deal with, and then they start winning. You know what I mean? So just appreciate the gravity of what happened. Appreciate what you had to learn. what depths Satan has gone to, what depths the ops have gone to really try to take you down, but they can't. They're finding out now they can't. They're finding out. They're calling their buddies up. Oh, he's fine, man. He's not doing any of that stuff. Where did we go wrong? Well, where they went wrong is that you're a child of God. You're chosen. You're truly chosen. That's where they went wrong. They wanted to test you. Maybe at first it was a little game. They wanted to really see. But then they knew and they kept going. And some of these people they've read the Bible. They know. But yet they still choose to go against the chosen. That's Satan's. Yeah, that's Satan's work. That's true Satan's work right there. To take a child of God who knows the Bible, probably forwards and backwards, can recite it in their sleep, and to jump in them to go at a chosen one. You know? That's how Satan works, guys. It's ugly. It's messy. Spiritual warfare is messy. But just know you're stronger than that. They're not able to take you down because you came at the situation with love and light and true happiness. That's just not a saying they put on a billboard to sell freaking magazines. No, for us chosen ones, that is our credo. That's one of our mottos. Love, light, and happiness. But we don't put it out there to make money or anything like that. No, that's something that we take deep to the heart. And they tried the wrong one. They really did. For a very long time. And this was their last ditch effort. For me, my dream I had, the thing I went through, I woke up, I said, no, it's not it. It's not true. It's not even, no. I wasn't, no. Mm-mm. I knew what they were trying to do. I knew it. And then I got my confirmation today. You know, it was like they had people literally spitting out glass and stuff, like literally eating glass. It was like, it was horrendous stuff, dude. It was ugly. It was full of ugliness. You know how many people were in on this to, like, that was supposed to warp my mind. Like really, like, it's getting to be over with, guys. They're realizing they spent the last of what they could spend on trying to, and it's over with now. They got their confirmation when they called you today. So it's a shared confirmation on both sides, right? When they call you and you say, no, I'm good, and they hang up, that's their confirmation. So everybody got confirmation, right? It's a good thing. You know, now they know which way to go. Now they know which way their life should go. And you know which way yours always will be, as long as you stay in alignment with God and your cosmic plan the universe has put in your lap. As long as you stay in alignment with all that, you know, it's a beautiful thing to radiate real love, radiate real light, and live within happiness. Oh gosh, that's freeing. That's so beautiful. And I would do that for God again. I love him very much, guys. And this isn't, for a lot of us, we don't say the word love unless we mean it, because we know how it can be used. So when we say love, we mean it. We mean love, because we love very deeply. So when I say I love God, I love Jesus, I love every fiber, every molecule of my DNA, every bit of my spirit and my soul, I love him very much. And he hears me and he loves me back, and I know it. You know, he sends good people like you, loving individuals that have been hurt, have been jaded a little in certain ways, but together we will stay in alignment. Together we will manifest our greatest future, because it's ours. We just need to stay strong, upright, and on our path, and we'll reach our destination. We truly will, guys. So I just want to take this moment and let you know that confirmation on the way for a lot of different things for you. To find out an entire network. And it didn't hurt. I felt disappointed. I felt let down. And you probably will too. But just know, sometimes those tears aren't worth it. Because sometimes those tears can trigger other things that they want to trigger. So they, in essence, would win. So just be aware of that. Sometimes people aren't worth crying over. Experiences aren't worth crying over. God has gave you the ability to discern what's worth what and what's not, where you put your energy and where you don't. And I said, if you feel like you need to cry, just be prepared for other emotions to come up. And don't allow those emotions to open doors that don't need to be opened right now. Sure, you might have to go dark night of the soul. You might need to go through those part of your waking process, but sometimes you don't take the whole things on at once. You get what I'm saying? Sometimes you need to let your head and your heart match together and find out what's worth what and what's not. So think about that. Yeah, it's cleansing to cry, but after you cleanse that out, what's going to come behind that at a moment when you're vulnerable? That's all I'm saying. So if you guys have watched this far, please again, like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. There'll be more words like this. There'll be more prophetic words, more confirmations. And my channel's not always one-sided. It has a lot of different facets to it. If you watch my other videos, which I'd appreciate it, you'll see that there's a lot of different things that a lot of different people need to hear. You know, this channel isn't just for one type of person. It is focused towards the chosen, but many other aspects and outlets of life I experience and I feel and I prophesy, I put it out there. So feel free to cruise through the channel and see what's up. Like, follow, please share. You know, the world needs to hear this. We're not the only ones that are going through this, guys. There are other people out there that need to hear these things as well. Just know that. And if you share, you'll be sharing a great experience with them. You'll be sharing an uplifting event for them as well. You know what I mean? All right, guys. Love, light, happiness. God bless. Praise Jesus. And keep the faith, guys. It fits you.